When I was 17 years old, I got broken into, robbed, and I got stabbed about 7 times in my sleep. So 3 in the chest, 2 through my arm, and a couple through the hand. I technically died.
Did you know him, or what was that about?
No.
You just broke into your house?
Unlucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Catch Up with Duran. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, all that rest of the stuff that the rest of these guys say. This podcast is about promoting positivity. It's about growing as a team as well. We want to make sure that, we have a conversation with one of the guys that are jumping onto the podcast, and it's inspiring others to do better in their lives. I'm a big believer on positivity, helping people. So please do like, share, and subscribe. Second thing is I want to thank our sponsors. Big thank you to Jason Property Management. Like I said previously, they've been our #1 supporter from day dot in every project that I do. So big thank you to them. Check them out, UK construction-based firm. Big thank you to Screw Tech. Brilliant guys. They do all roofs around WA, absolute legends. Big thank you to Champions Gym as well. Check them out for training and merchandise, absolute legends. Big thank you to Aquapacks, good friend of mine Leo, who supplies all the FIFO camps with water. And a big thank you to Thai Twist Cafe as well. Nikki allows us to do our podcast here. She does great food, she's actually a legend as well. She's absolutely hilarious. Come check her cafe, alright. So today's guest, we've got my good friend Jesse on. He's an absolute legend. I've got a lot of love and respect for him. He's got a heart of a lion, and he's just so humble with it. He's just a top bloke. And I know he's sitting by next to him, and you guys might think I'm flirting with him, but I'm just being genuinely honest. He's a top bloke. He's a real top bloke. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Jesse, just what your background is, what you do for work, what got you, and the next question is what got you into Thai boxing. So just what you do for work and stuff.
I do for work. Jesse, background. 7 years in the army. After high school, left the army, became a medic in private industry. Kind of got tired of the night shift and decided I wanted to look after my body a bit more. Fell into Muay Thai just from a fitness aspect before I even got into fighting.
Okay.
And now I work Monday to Friday mostly, teaching emergency rescue courses.
Decent. So you said you started the army 7 years ago?
Not 7 years ago.
You've been in the army for 7 years?
I was in the army for 7 years, yeah.
What got you into the armed forces?
Young bloke, just wanted to challenge myself, I think physically, and didn't know what I wanted to do. And my dad, my grandfather sort of pushed me towards military.
Okay.
Sort of told me it set me up on the right path. I didn't know any better, but I've always trusted my dad. Anything he says. And yeah, it did. It really did challenge me in the ways that I wanted.
To better yourself.
Yeah,
I like that. That's fair. Now, so Muay Thai, what got you into Muay Thai? Obviously for fitness and stuff, but what made you stick at it? Because you've had a few fights as well and things like that.
Yeah. Again, got into it for fitness. Was doing shift work, and I loved team sports. But doing shift work, working a lot of weekends. Couldn't do a team sports because all team sports say.
What team sports though?
Anything, rugby, footy.
I don't understand footy, I'm going to be honest with you, like Australian footy, I haven't got a clue. I watched it with my housemate Brady once, and I was like, yeah, go on. And he's like, that's not the team, and I was like, bro, I don't even know what's happening, mate. I'm just here just for the bands, But so team sports, sorry.
Yeah, team sports, and I couldn't do them. And so I tried a couple of gyms. I tried some, CrossFit kind of gyms. Hated it.
Yeah.
And I came to Champions Gym, and the community was great, and it was like a team.
Yeah.
It was like a team and a family from day one. Had its own culture.
Great
train in the morning. Bunch of shift workers. We'd go get coffee afterwards. We'd sit at a cafe. It was great.
Yeah. It's a great community in Champions Gym. That's one thing I really love about that gym.
Yeah.
It's like different ages, different genders, different cultures, different races, and we're all just like family, It's crazy. I like the jokes are there, the banter's there, so I really do appreciate that about Champions Gym. So you've had how many fights?
God, you're asking tough questions now. I'm not good at counting.
Oh, okay. You sound like me.
7 or 8 fights?
7 or 8 fights.
Yeah.
What was your favourite fight out of the 7 and 8 you had?
7 and 8. Probably the fight on Super Series, where Whitney and I were fighting on the same card, which was awesome. You were out the back lacing up my gloves. I'm not going to lie to you, you looked a bit lost because we had back-to-back fighters. So P and all my other corner were out cornering the fight before me, and I'm standing there with gloves. Everything needed to be laced up. Like the officials were waiting to sign off on me, and I just roped you in.
Do you know what it was? It wasn't even. It was the elbow pads. Can you tape them up? And I'm like, tape them up, bro. What you want to dance? I remember that threw me off. That did. No. That was a great show. That was awesome. That was a great fight as well. You sweep the guy. I remember you sweeping him in there. Was it sweeping him? Or did you?
I swept him probably once or twice every round.
Because I remember just going. I lost my voice shouting that much. But that was a good fight, man. That was a really good fight, man. And that's what I'm saying, like, you have a heart of a lion, you just keep going in. I really appreciate that. So that was your favourite fight?
Yeah, I think so, that was a really fun fight,
when would you, sorry, let me rephrase that. When is the next fight?
Next fight, look, I had a bit of a bad knockout, start of this year. Got clipped in the first 30 seconds. I've pulled up fine. I've gone through the concussion protocol. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling fit. I'm training hard. But life's busy at the moment, so I'm not going to try and stack my plate with too many things. I'm going to cut myself some slack.
Good.
And look to do maybe end of the year, early next year, over in Thailand.
In Thailand?
Yeah.
Oh, decent. Fair play. And like you said, you got clipped. It didn't go your way on that night. But if you look at all these great boxers, and I mean like great boxers that have been knocked down, that have lost, they come back. You know, I refer to boxing because I'm from a boxing background, I'm a boxing fanatic, so I refer to that as a lot like, you do have a knockdown, but you get back up. That's what a true champion is, and that's what you are, bro, and I really appreciate that. So, you're going to fight in Thailand?
Oh, I'm going to shock everyone.
Yeah? That's sick. That is sick. Fair play. So, a bit about your background as well, like, you as a kid, what was you like as a kid? Did you give us your mischievous, you know? Because I feel as well, when we see you at the gym, one of the guys in the gym, in June a lot, we train, and he's like, oh, I use Jesse as a lot because he's a nice guy and he's good and he's very dedicated. Only person that I see run 10K on a Sunday and message everyone, are you coming DNA Tower? And we're like, Sunday, bro, come on, man, being a lion. I was thinking for myself as well. So they refer to him as the gentleman, some of the fighters in June a lot. Jesse, that quiet guy who's just dangerous in the ring. So, what was you like as a kid?
I wasn't a great kid.
You wasn't?
If I'm being honest. I was pretty mischievous.
Okay.
I got into a lot of trouble. I just wasn't the best kid. And reflecting on it, I was,
Was that to do with like environment, or was that to do with schooling? Was that to do with area? Because, I
try and put it down to anything. I think I just made bad decisions.
You made bad decisions?
I always look back and go, look, I didn't have the perfect upbringing. No one does, but I had a roof over my head. I was fed. I was cared for. I was loved. So, I made my own bad decisions, and they kind of let me down a path. And I tell the story, and lucky enough, I got out of that hole I was digging myself into when I was 17 years old. I got broken into, robbed, and I got stabbed about 7 times in my sleep.
7 times in your sleep?
7 times in my sleep. So 3 in the chest, 2 through my arm, and a couple through the hand. I technically died, but nearly died. Got very lucky.
So, I don't mean to press a bit more.
No.
So the guy's broken into your house. Did you know him, or what was that about?
No.
You just broke into your house?
Unlucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. And you survived that? Obviously you survived that.
Yeah, survived that,
Fucking hell, that's pretty rough, isn't it?
Yeah, so... But I love the story because it was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me, in terms that I've got a second chance, I can turn it around.
Wow.
So after that, I reconnected with my family, I finished high school, I got my life on track, I stopped drinking, I stopped drugs, I stopped everything.
That's impressive. I did not know that,
Yeah.
Got stabbed 7 times. So what happened to the guy? Was he in prison?
They found him a few days later. He pled guilty, so luckily I didn't have to go to court or anything like that. It was fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
He did, I can't remember, I think 9 years for attempted murder.
Shit.
Because pled guilty to it. That was all sorted. I did all the right things. I got therapy and I looked after myself. But I've always had this positive outlook on it, because where my life would have been now
That didn't happen
if
to
that didn't happen to me.
What
it'd
a
be
way
complete.
to think, you know.
Yeah.
That is such a great way to think. You've turned a trauma into a success story, really. A success story. Fair play, man. That's actually sick. Wow, that's what not.
And I think about it, and obviously not at the time. At the time, I was like, you know, screw that guy, whatever. But I think and I reflect on it, and I go, well, I always had a roof over my head. You know, listening to the parts of the report, the police tell me this guy didn't have a roof over his head, and I'm like,
Oh, so he's just some homeless guys.
yeah, exactly. What his life must have been to get him to the point of being able to do something like that.
That's a way to think, that
I
is.
feel sorry for him. You know, it doesn't make it right what he did. Don't get me wrong. But I definitely realise I've had advantages in life that others don't get.
Fair play, man. That's actually quite inspiring, you know. That's not quite, that's very inspiring. Fair play to you, man. Rah, that's mad. Okay, next question. Right, let's talk me back a bit. Next question. So you served in the armed forces. Which mission or country would you say that was the most rewarding, most fulfilling? A story that you like to share with people, like, you know, we done this and we helped this person, or we went to this country and this, you know, because you must have some great stories like that.
Yeah, I think some of the stuff, it was all a team effort. There was never the individual accomplishments.
Right.
And, you know, some of the ones from training where we put together an obstacle course team competitively.
Yeah.
To take on some of the infantry and the combat units that would
cool.
that would win it week in and week out.
Yeah.
And we ended up beating them and taking the trophy off them one year.
Yeah.
Which was like a huge success for us. During COVID.
You're right. Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry. We've got a member from Champions just walked in. Marika, how are you?
How are you?
You okay? Yeah.
You just finished up training?
Decent.
Are you,
We're
Yeah.
recording, but it's fine though, because you're one of the greatest members in the gym. So big shout out to Marika. But once we're done, I'm going to come catch you with you properly. All right, yeah. So, you owe me a coffee.
are you in tomorrow?
No, I'm messing. No, I'm joking.
Yes.
8 or 9?
To be determined.
All right, I'll be there for both.
Decent. So sorry if we cut you off.
No,
then.
no.
So you was working with the team, you're saying?
Yeah, working in the team. I think during COVID, we got a phone call. All of us got a phone call at like 1 a.m. And by 6 or 7 in the morning, we were on a plane to Tasmania to reopen a hospital.
Okay.
On about 6 hours' notice because they'd lost all of their staff to COVID.
Wow.
And so we reopened an emergency department, jumped into ambulances to help them drive, all that kind of thing.
That's actually cool. Yeah. Would you advise anyone to go into the army?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, I think young people who don't know what they want to do, don't, lock yourself into a uni degree that you don't know if you need or you want.
Because I've heard from servicemen, I've heard mixed views. Like, I had a friend in the UK, and his dad was in the services, and he goes, I would never advise anyone to get in it. I said, why is that? He goes, first of all, they send you to these wars that are they're not from the people, they're from politicians, it's from tyranny. I understood his sense, then I understand your sense as well. If you have no sort of goal at the minute, it will set you up for a good skill. So yeah, that's what I mean.
And I'm biased. I'm lucky. My service was all humanitarian.
Yeah.
So I got used in multiple humanitarian efforts, be it bushfires, floods, cyclone relief, humanitarian efforts with medical sort of side of things. All very rewarding. So that was my service. So that's where my bias sits, I think.
Okay. Fair. This is a question that I've asked a lot of people, and I do to myself. Who's your favourite superhero? Now, it can be fictional, it can be someone that you know, but someone that really inspires you, someone that really wants you to, you look at to me like, I want to make him proud, or make her proud, or, you have a big soft spot for.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favourite fictional superhero, but probably my old man, my dad.
Yeah.
I've always looked up to him. He has been a single parent for many years, and done all the hard work to look after 4 children by himself, to work, put food on the table, and raise us right.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And make sure we have the best chances in life.
I love that. Yeah. He close with you, Dad?
Yeah.
I see him at the fights all the time, to be fair. Yeah. He's a nice guy. He's actually a gentleman.
Hates it. He hates fighting.
Yeah, you were saying that before, innit?
Yeah.
I think parents do, like my mum never
I
comes to
can't
mind.
imagine,
Yeah. My boxing fight, my mum never came.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to see my son fight.
Yeah.
She didn't even like me going boxing.
No.
You come home with bruises and like, what are you doing this for? But then, it's just, what else would I be doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a positive sport. Like, people give it a bad stigma, like, are you punching each other up? But you're doing it in a controlled environment.
I think he's seen that, and I think as much as he now understands it's not, you know, the shit talking crazy UFC stuff that you see on TV,
which is fair.
Win, lose or draw every time I get out of the ring, he's like, that's the last one, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. He says it's the last one, but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
Fair. Something like, so the incident that you went through as a young man.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone that's in a similar age or a similar sort of predicament as yourself at that time? Like, just finding it tough to, you know, find focus, or in the wrong crowd, or even going through something traumatic as yourself, like getting stabbed 7 times is fucking hell, that's rough. Like, and you to change your mindset and say, you know what, I actually felt sorry for him, because, you know what I mean? Like, being forgiving like that's a big skill to have, man, you know? So what advice would you give to someone who's doing, like, going through that?
A lot of people who are struggling, young people who are struggling, find community, find a healthy community.
Yeah.
I think that's what we don't have as much now, especially this younger generation being on phones and social media.
Yeah,
we've never been less social and more cut off from each other.
You're so right, ain't you? You're so right, yeah, 100%.
And so if they can find a nice community through martial arts or through a sport, I think team sport's such a big one for young people.
I think as well, like, we've got a guy at the gym, and he comes to the gym because it's fitness, but his main thing is music. So, like, it's just something creative, innit? Something where you can be your authentic self through expressing yourself. It could be through combat sport, it could be through music, it could be through literature, it could be through writing, it could be anything, but it's creative and it's positive, innit? Yeah.
And I think if you're really struggling, there's professional supports out there, and you don't even have to be really struggling to use them. So, you know, therapy, counselling, all that. I think it's better to use them when you're not struggling, and that way when you're struggling, they're already set up for you.
That's a good shout.
I mean, we go to the gym to look after ourselves. We go to the doctor when something's wrong. But not enough people, I think, are looking after their minds.
That's true.
And it's really about killing the stigma around that. Of like, of course I go to therapy. Who doesn't? Like, that should be the talk around it.
There's nothing bad going to therapy, you know. But how is that bad when you're trying to overcome issues in a professional way? Just talk to a professional about it.
Yeah,
you know?
so it's awesome. And what I was lucky to do when I went into the medical profession, when I became a medic outside the army, it was very much, okay, I tell people to look after themselves, I need to do it myself. And I went to try and find a counsellor, and I used the mental health plan, which is really accessible if you're in Australia. And the first 3 people I talked to, I didn't gel with at all. Didn't want to talk to them at all. And then about 4 months in, I found a 4th person, talked to them, connected with them. I go to them regularly now. I used to go 4 times a year when I was in the medic job, because it was a bit, you know, hectic. Now I go once or twice a year, or as needed. If my life hits the fan, that support net's already there. I don't have to scramble and set one up and panic and go through the stress of finding someone I feel like talking to. It's already in place. I encourage a lot of people just to be proactive with it rather than reactive.
I like that. That's such a great way to think. Fair play to you, man. I like that. I really appreciate that. Next question is, we asked Sarah as well who her favourite Muay Thai fighter was. I've only really got into, I would say I've always been into it a bit, but just moving here, I'm going to one championship and stuff like that. Who's your favourite Muay Thai fighter?
Who's yours?
Well, I've been watching a lot.
One back to you.
I've been watching that. I like Harrison, you know. I like Harrison.
I thought so.
I like
English boy.
Yeah, he's an English lad, but also he's just very you know, and he throws good hands as well. I like
solid hands.
His hands are good. I like it. He's one of my favourites. But I also like that super leg. Super leg. I've been watching a bit of him with my brother Alex. Told me to it's his favourite, so I watched a bit of him, and he's
that's completely opposite style, really, isn't it? Very different.
Very different. But it's just when you see super leg, you can appreciate the actual art of Muay Thai.
The IQ. Is huge.
So you can appreciate that, but. Obviously, Harrison, he's my favourite. It's just when he throws that hook.
I thought it might be, as an English boy, I thought he might be.
And it's not even because he's English, it's just I like his style of fighting. He's just very, let's go for it.
He's entertaining to watch.
Let's go for it.
He's fighting again. He's just announced it,
No way.
He's having...
Bloody hell. I'm going to catch up with you again, alright, Marika? I promise you, mate. I promise you I'm going to come down to the gym and catch you again. I will do. See you later. Super. I really like him and I like Harrison. Who's yours now?
I've probably got 2, so it would be probably Max McVicker.
I haven't really heard much of him.
He's fought on RWS. He's probably, in terms of my division, the 66.7 kilo division, the welterweight division.
Right.
He's the top of that.
Okay.
He's class. He's
right.
High IQ fighter, amazing. He's fought on RWS, fought on the 5-round circuit over in Thailand, fought on all the big shows here in Australia. WBC world champion.
Sick.
Really, really talented fighter and a really good person as well. I'm lucky enough I do training with him every so often.
Right,
when he's in Perth. And then my other favourite fighter has to be Whitney.
Oh, yeah.
Just her story, what she's doing.
Yeah.
You know, 2 kids coming back.
It's inspiring, isn't it?
And the win in Raja.
Yeah.
The other night.
That cut there where she walks back to the corner.
Covered in blood.
That is serious, that is.
She really is. She's an inspiration. I love watching her, so yeah.
Fair play. Next question is as well, I ask a few guys, and I know that you don't watch much movies, but do you read much books?
Yeah, I read a bit.
What book would you recommend, or what book did you read that changed your life?
Changed my life.
Or like you read and you're like, you know what, that was a great read. If someone wants to read a book, I'd recommend that.
The title's escaping me now.
Okay, do you know the author?
It's a book about the All Blacks.
Okay.
Let me just quickly, so I don't get the title wrong. And it pains me as an Australian to say this.
Really?
Yeah. I believe it is Legacy by James Kerr.
Okay.
About the All Blacks. And it's just the standard of the All Blacks. They just keep winning as a team. Okay. And it's about the culture within the team to create that,
winning it. Okay. All right, last question for the podcast. Ooh, lovely having Jesse on. Like I said, he's a great person. Like I said, with his story, what happened to him as a young man, it's very inspiring. He went through something so tragic, and he was able to see the light in it. That's a dark moment, that is, and you were able to see the light in it. That was very inspiring. So what quote would you say, what quote do you live by, and what quote do you inspire others by?
The quote I like, and it's a bit of a long one, so I'm going to read it word for word.
Yeah, of course.
But it's from Theodore Roosevelt, and this was passed on to me by a friend in the army, and it's sort of stuck with me since.
Go on.
So it's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming.
I like that. That's actually pretty cool. We're going to put that into the, the bottom bit with it.
Yeah. It sticks with me because there's no accomplishments in life if you play it safe.
100%, man.
So you got to put yourself out 100%. There, and if at most you failed trying to do something.
But that's the thing as well, and I think people to get too caught up on the loss.
Yeah.
When you need to really appreciate the journey.
Yeah.
Appreciate the hardships, the rewards, the setbacks, the victories in the journey itself. And then if you get the result, that's a bonus. A lot of people, what really pisses me off is, when you're watching some combat sport, or you're watching some sort of sport, or you're watching something challenging, he should have done that. I would have done this.
The couch commentators.
Yeah, it's so easy to be the spectator. But try and be the warrior in the arena, that's difficult. Try and perform in front of that whole crowd, that's difficult. So I totally agree with you. It's easy. It's easy to talk, but go and do it. But yeah, man. Jesse, appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you talking about your story. Appreciate talking about, your fight game as well. I really do appreciate that. And we look forward to seeing you in December, Thai boxing. Yeah.
It's going to be big.
That's going to be sound, that is. I love that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Big thank you to our sponsors once again. Like I said, they really have supported every project that I do. Big shout out to Jason Property Management. Absolute legends. They're a UK-based firm. Big shout out to Screwtech. Does all the roofing around WA. Absolute legends as well. Big shout out to Champions Gym. Check them out for training and merchandise. Big shout out to Aquapacks. Supply all the FIFO camps with water. And a big shout out to Ty Twist as well. Big shout out to Nikki. She's an absolute sweetheart. I mean, we come in, we do our podcast, we have a bit of laugh with that, and our food is amazing. It is so nice. Just that I'm dieting, so I'm just like looking at it through the glass or like, you know, smelling them cookies over there. It's a bit tough. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great one.
Cheers.
See you later.